Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Gun Shop. I'm Niels Hansen, aka Guns for Hire, and this is where we're going to be talking about news / techie type stuff. Now, keep in mind, because I read the comments, thank you so much to all of you that actually enjoyed the news videos that we'll be putting out and the other Gun Shop that I put out as well. Thank you so much. More to come as long as you guys support it. Thank you for all the likes as well. For those of you that were, I don't know, put off or got your knickers in a bunch or for whatever reason lost your crap, you know, like, this is outrageous, this isn't what I subscribed for. Nobody is forcing you to watch these videos. We're still putting out 2 gaming videos here on YouAlwaysWin, you know, up to 6 different games we're playing at any given time. Nobody, is there a gun to your head? Because if there's a gun to your head, I apologize. You know, I will call for some help for you. We will get help for you. Don't worry, help is on the way. But if there's no gun to your head and everything, don't click on the video. I'm gonna put Gun Shop in brackets. You're gonna see this mug, whether you like it or not, on the thumbnail. That's gonna be a little tip off. You're like, it might be one of those videos I don't like. Don't click on it. It's very simple. And then you still have the other 2 gaming videos you get to enjoy and watch here on YouAlwaysWin. All right? Just a little preamble before we get into today's video. Now, I want to talk about this. I want it on the screen. I like looking at it. It's not that I'm going to read it because it would be like, This is an article. Again, we're talking about gambling in the video game world. And it always comes down, it's problematic in the YouTube world. I don't know what it is about YouTube, like we make all these stupid mistakes. It gives YouTubers a bad name. This is why other YouTubers don't necessarily like the gaming world. It's like we're constantly doing stupid things. We either overreact on things, we go berserk on everything. Like there's no middle ground. We're either like, oh yeah, it's neutral, that's fine, or oh my god, attack, and just going ridiculously overboard. Now, this is the second instance that I've sort of been aware of prior to that Counter-Strike stuff that's been going on. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit because I think this one's a little bit different. But anyway, this is Nepenthez, or Nepenthez, maybe it's Nepenthez. I don't know, I'll put a link to his YouTube channel down below so you can see it. I'll also put a link to the article that I'm talking about here. But anyway, he pled guilty, him and his business partner, which name I'm not bringing up. I'm not trying to disrespect him or anything like that. It's irrelevant, you can read it in the article. But anyway, they pled guilty to violating the UK gambling laws. You've got to be careful, man. Like, he's 32 years old. Maybe he legitimately, based on everything that he's done, I'd say that he made a mistake out of ignorance. And I'm not saying that, you know, you're calling him ignorant. Ignorance is simply a lack of knowledge or a lack of understanding. It doesn't mean that you're dumb. It just means that you are missing some pieces that caused you to do something that violated something else. You know what I mean? You have a lack of knowledge of something, a lack of the understanding of the UK gambling laws. Therefore, you are ignorant of the UK gambling laws. Anyway, English lesson over. So he's ignorant of that. I'm assuming he was ignorant of it because he pled guilty to multiple counts. Each count that he pled guilty to has a fine of £5,000, and I don't know how many counts he's actually pled guilty to, but it says that he's facing a hefty fine. Now, hopefully, because he has around 1.4 million subscribers, he's going to be able to afford that. I don't care what happens in this. I'm not one of those people that want to punish other people. I'm not a kid anymore. I've had jobs. I've served 3 years in the military. I've worked 13 years as a casualty claims specialist in the insurance world. I worked as a consultant in a law firm. I've had real jobs. I've been out there before I did YouTube. A lot of these people, though, on YouTube, a lot of the young ones have never had real jobs. This is it. And we keep making mistakes, and it's frustrating because it gives the gaming world on YouTube a really bad name. We just keep making them. And ignorance is no excuse for breaking the law. If you're going to do something, let's just put it this way. If you're starting to grow and you're like, oh man, how do I make other ways? Listen, YouTube is big money. And when you're a successful YouTuber, you usually look for other ways to make money. You know, merchandise, all that sort of stuff. Maybe some giveaways as a appreciation, but those aren't usually ways of making money. It's a way of, should be a way of thanking your fans, not necessarily of growing, but it can be depending on if you're like and favorite and all this other stuff. It can get out of control. The gambling, though, is never a good idea. No matter where you are in the world, the gambling laws are complicated, and chances are you're going to violate something. Especially, I'm just saying, if you're young, gaming YouTuber, you're almost definitely going to violate something. But what I like about this story, and I don't like the fact that he's being charged. He made a mistake. He made a gambling. For those of you that don't know, it was to do with FIFA. So FIFA players could use these online currency, these coins, go onto the website and bet on real sporting events outside of video games, like real sporting events, which is like gambling. Now, it's not necessarily cash, it's not like coins and bills, but anything that has value, anything that can translate into value can be considered gambling. It doesn't matter like, oh, well, it's just, you know, Pokemon cards or whatever the case may be. Gambling is gambling in their eyes. If you're not sure if it's going to violate the laws, don't do it, because you're gonna get into a lot of trouble. This guy's 32 years old. He pled guilty and he apologized to all his friends, family, and fans. I applaud him for doing that. You know why? And even if what he did and he knew he was violating it, even if he was like, well, hopefully we can get away with it. You know what I mean? What I like about this, and a huge difference from what happened with the Counter-Strike debacle, was that he admitted guilt and he apologized. He said, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. You're absolutely right. And I don't know necessarily, though, if it was the same context. So I didn't look to see if he ever said, oh, no, yeah, oh, you should check out this website for FIFA. It's really amazing. I don't know if he actually said, this is our website, this is our business, go on there and check that out. You know, completely different from what happened in Counter-Strike. I like the fact that he admitted guilt. I like the fact that he didn't make excuses. He said, yeah, I'll take it on the chin. I violated it. I wasn't aware of it. Because guess what, people? Ignorance, no excuse for violating the laws. No one cares in the real world, in the adult world, outside of YouTube and gaming. You break the law, you're gonna get penalized. And it doesn't matter how many fans you have or how many people that don't understand law stomping their feet saying, yeah, it's just wrong and this is my favorite YouTuber. They don't care, okay? In the real world, there are consequences for breaking the law. What I like about this guy is that he took it on the chin and he apologized and he owned the fact that he screwed up. Unlike, big difference from what happened in Counter-Strike. And I'm not harping on those guys. I'm not here to dig up old dirt and everything. But with T. Martin and Syndicate and everything like that, Syndicate sort of stayed and he did the smart thing. He must have a publicist or something, as he was like, no, just don't say anything or we're under fire. Don't say anything. But I'm just saying with T. Martin, if you're a big fan, that's cool. I'm not saying he's a horrible person, but what he did was wrong. And if you don't, you know, for me, coming out and not apologizing or saying, oh, check this out, misleading, misguiding, manipulating, or whatever it is not right. You should never take advantage, especially on YouTube in the gaming world. You know why? Some of you may not be super young and everything like that, but majority of the viewers in the gaming world on YouTube are young people. They don't know any better. You know what I mean? They're going to be swayed and they're not going to think anything. Like, oh, well, it's on here. Well, there's no problem with it. Gambling is a huge problem in the world. Whether we're talking about, you know, FIFA coins, Counter-Strike skins, or anything like that, it's addictive. Those of you that got involved, you can taste this. And if you get a taste of this, it'll potentially translate into your, I'm not saying it will, but it can, into the adult world when you're talking about money. And guess what? There's a reason why there's Gamblers Anonymous. Because it's a problem. People lose all their money. They go bankrupt because of gambling. This isn't something we should be introducing to young people. Regardless as to how, you know, non-harmful it may be, it is harmful. It sets a precedent. It gets this, they're like, oh, that's really fun. I really like that. Next thing you know, you're talking about gambling, you're talking about casinos. It's a problem. That's why there's so many rules following gambling, even if it's just for FIFA points. So my hat, you know, I tip my hat at you, Nepenthez. I'm going to say it wrong. I think he did the right thing. I think that he did the right thing by admitting fault and by apologizing. Just don't do it again. If you got a channel, just don't get into gambling. There's other ways. Do merchandise, you know, sell hats, sell t-shirts, find other ways that are legitimate. Stay away from gambling and stop doing this. You're making the gaming community on YouTube, like, we're constantly doing stupid things collectively. We try and follow the rules here, but you know, there's a reason why other YouTubers, mainstream media, they kind of shake their head. They're like, at these YouTubers, because we're constantly doing stupid things. Please just stop doing it. Ignorance is no excuse for breaking the law. Hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog, today's gun shop episode. If you got other articles or any topics, gaming or tech related, please drop me a line on Twitter or Facebook. Those links are in the description below. Have yourself an amazing day.